Hello, Marche, wherever you are. Good morning to you, and thank you for joining us on the AM show. Today, I'm getting all linguistic.
I can feel that. Yeah.
I'm trying to recall the Hausa one.
I have no idea.
Oh.
I have no idea.
You're DV like that, eh?
Just good morning, good morning.
You're DV like that.
Good morning or morning. Yes, everybody will be satisfied with that.
Have you ever got one of those where you greet morning, afternoon, evening, and the person responds, fine? I used to go to this house growing up, and he'd go at whatever time of day. Oh, and so. Good afternoon, oh, fine. Good morning, oh, fine. Good evening, oh, fine.
That's like the responses.
It's on autopilot, eh?
Yes. So that even when the person is not feeling well, they say I'm fine without thinking properly about it all.
No, this woman's
forcing to say, am I really fine? They're just responding. They just want to satisfy you.
Let me tell you, this is how bad it was. Sometimes we would actually just go to the woman and greet just to hear her response. But let's quickly check out some of the newspapers. And this morning I have the Finder newspaper, the Daily Graphic, and the Business and Financial Times. And we'll start with the Finder newspaper. Some interesting tidbits in there. I'm sure you've heard by now all that talk about Ghana being, the country of choice when it comes to hosting Twitter's operations in Africa. So positive moves. And while I'll get into the story later, I just want to contemplate. So hooray, yes. But if Ireland, for example, is celebrating the fact that Apple is there are certain reasons. So for us here, what is it? Is it job creation? What are going to be the real benefits that we can actually calculate? That's what I'd like us to get into. Not just the bit about, they are coming to set up shop here. That is not the most important bit. KGL's letter to NCA to block Alpha Lotto's short code illegal. That's according to the CLAAG. And we'll bring you more as we delve into the stories. After 5 years of medical care in the U.S., Gamanye returns home today. I'm talking about Nadede Omadro III. Interesting bits there. That's on page 9 of the Finder newspaper. Then there's Ghana to upload 7.5 million property addresses on Google Map. Remember that one? It's still up and out there, and that's to make location identification even easier. There's ADB donates in support of Ramadan, and GT Bank partners Union Pay International to accept Union Pay cards for transactions. So all of that in the Finder newspaper. Let me see whether I can check this one as well. Low oxygen concentration. This is actually on page 5 of the paper. Low oxygen concentration caused fish mortality. That's according to a report. Just touching briefly on that, it says low oxygen concentration is the cause of the recent fish mortality in the country. Preliminary scientific investigations by the Marine and Fisheries Sciences Department of the University of Ghana has revealed. The department said results from water quality analysis showed that most parameters required for life in the ocean were within acceptable limits, with the exception of chemical oxygen demand, or COD, which was significantly higher than expected. There's also this one, I can't run away from it, especially on the back of what we've been talking about. I'm talking about our Hotline documentary, Crashed. Roads and Highways Minister directs appraisal of ongoing road contracts. And there's been talk about better inspection of these projects when they are completed to ensure that we get value for money. But let me just sneak this question by you, Mama V, right as I wrap up with
Colafia is good morning.
That's
good morning.
Yeah,
and that's a bit helped me with that. So
that's a bit what? And that's a bit.
So when you said, you said the good morning in Hausa.
Right.
Yes.
On Lafia.
Then
you respond Lafialo.
Why are you telling me when I am teaching you?
because Hausa, no, even how you pronounced it, be Charlie, La Hasolo, Ngasa, La Dai. Anyway, but I was just going to ask, have you witnessed an accident before, a gory accident, like one where right in front of you see people, all the carnage and dismembered body parts and all of that? Have you ever witnessed that? it's not a scene you want to see.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to. I've seen close to, something happening, and it's just happened, and I have seen it. They're just trying to take people out, but I haven't seen it firsthand, it happening right in front of me. But I don't wish that I would be a witness to a thing like that.
I've seen a few things, but one that remains with me, I think it was sometime last year during the lockdown. And the roads were free because not so many vehicles were plying them anyway. So I remember I was coming from the 37 military mess, connecting towards the Accra Girls stretch. So you get to that second traffic light after the bus terminal at 37. I get there and I'm waiting. 2 cars by my side. Here's what happens. The light goes green. And I don't know how to explain it, but when the light turned green, I was about to step on the gas, something just told me pause. I don't know. So I stopped a bit. That microsecond or millisecond, when both vehicles went forward, there was a speeding CLK, Benz, Mercedes. It slammed into both of them. There was a third vehicle, a Hyundai i10, and there was this, I think it was a Subaru 4x4, another vehicle. All of them, it was just a mangled mess. And there was this senior citizen in the car that was hit. It was his side that was rammed by the Benz. Had to rush him to hospital. I was just looking at the scenes. So while I stood there, yes, I reported for the entity I was working with there.
You could have been...
But it could have been me right there.
Yeah. I could have been reporting on you. It could have been a different story.
It's crazy. Let's just stay safe.
We've never come close to it or seen it happen. It's really scary, very scary. And yesterday when I was listening to the accounts, there's this elderly couple, they were talking about their son. A son who had a fantastic relationship with mother. Who even wanted to iron her stuff.
Those are the hardest ones.
Charlie, it's too painful. It is too painful. It is too painful.
But we can save our families from all that pain by being a bit more cautious. Sometimes it's not, there's defensive driving, there's offensive driving. Some people are just reckless.
Listen, sometimes you can be defensive, you can do all the right things. You know, when you said that you slow down, somebody could have hit you.
Yeah.
Sometimes
it's out of your control.
You can do all the right things, but somebody's carelessness, that's why it has to be collective. Like, we all must do the right thing. Because if you're doing the right thing and I'm doing the wrong thing, it won't get us anywhere.
But Charlie, some of our bus drivers and taxi drivers, the trotters and the Okadas, well, let me not say Okadas, because it's not all of them that, some of those on motorbikes and the rest, you think there's a different kind of law or regime for them on the road.
Yeah.
They just do whatever they like.
It's sad, really. Well, we'll be continuing with that conversation today, by the way. Can I do the Times? Let's look at the front page of the Ghanaian Times newspaper. We're just talking accidents, and there was one that we recorded, 5 dying in that crash alone. Again, this is Accra Kumasi. So this is between Suhum and another town. 5 people died, 5 human beings. And just like it was highlighted and crashed, these persons haven't even been identified. So there are families that don't even know that their loved ones died in a certain road crash accident. They're now urging that people could come forward and identify the bodies.
I think yesterday, one of those who spoke from the medical fraternity mentioned that sometimes for about a year, you don't have family members coming, so then they have to go through certain protocols and then ensure that the person is buried.
Yeah. Chieftaincy dispute looms in Wenchicken following escapement of chief. This associate spiritualist from Malams, former GAF chief imam, and that's so appropriate. I think sometimes we interchange. We use Malams when we're not supposed to, and so it's a good call, really. Standoff in the Fija, Kwabre South District as residents resist demolition of 500 houses for quarry projects. This is one that you have to read properly to get a better understanding. So the residents are accusing the district assembly for reaching a certain agreement with a business entity to use the land for purposes that they disagree with. And some of them have built houses on it. So you'd see the picture that comes with the big headline on the front page. There's a house and the warning and the fact that it's been designated as a quarry zone. And they are fighting this. They said they would petition the Asantehene. So we'll see how this travels. On page 5, man arrested for allegedly killing wife at Echima Agogo. So they've been married 6 months. And Easter Monday, lady couldn't be found, and mother quickly suspected husband. Why? Because just a week after they got married, the daughter had reported to the mother that the husband had beaten her. I mean, this was serious beatings. But of course, she went back into the marriage, and the next time it happened, she's dead. Actually dumped the body in the bush. And it was discovered later. You're saying, yeah. When it happens small. This is 6 months of marriage, 6 months. And he managed to kill her just like that. And this is allegedly, really, because you and I were not there, but the police is handling this matter. It's the Abuakwa Police Command that confirmed the arrest of the suspect, saying the body of the deceased had been deposited at the morgue at the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital for autopsy. And then 4 armed men over the weekend also shot 2 victims at Ahen Kofi and Presby quarters in Takoradi in the Western region when the assailant attacked 2 mobile money merchant shops. The robbers, according to police reports, within 24 hours bolted with unspecified money they took from the shops. Details of that, and then this issue that's also been in the news for bent to death at Manson Aponapong. Details of that story also on page 3. If you go to the center spread, chieftaincy dispute looms. This story that's on the front page, they say a combined team of police and military personnel have been deployed to Wenchiken, a farming community in the Chireponi districts of the northeast region following tension over chieftaincy dispute. And Ghana-China signed agreement for building projects. On the back page, Minister pledges private sector support for mass housing, build capacity of women entrepreneurs for after benefits. That's the chief executive of the Ghana Enterprises Agency, Mrs. Kosi Yankiaye, who's called for the capacity of African women entrepreneurs to be built to enable them to take advantage of the African continental free trade area. Details of that on the back page of the paper. I guess that will be it for the Ghanaian Times.
Let's dig now into the Daily Graphic newspaper. Hold economic dialogue. TUC AGI reiterate to government, and they are calling for the building of consensus for the measures needed to revive the economy. And this one, maybe I should just start with Jesus. Mama V.
It's always a good place to start.
Yeah, but that was someone screaming in court.
And this is no laughing matter.
It's no laughing matter.
Major
Maxwell Adam Mahama. So court watches video on Major Mahama murder, and that was the precise reaction of a female lawyer when the videos that detailed the alleged murder of Major Mahama was played in court. She just screamed, Jesus. This was at the Criminal Division of the Accra High Court yesterday, and 2 video clips, you know about that, which are part of the evidence-in-chief of the 14th prosecution witness, Chief Inspector Samuel Ejakwa, were played for the accused persons like counsel and the jury. And the showing of the videos, I reiterate this because a lot of people have asked where that case is going, how far we've come, and what is really happening. The showing of the videos brings the murder trial to a critical stage as the prosecution intends to buttress its case against the 14 accused persons by identifying the accused persons in the video and their alleged acts that led to the murder of the then serving military officer. The first video lasted 5 minutes 20 seconds, while the second lasted about 1 minute and 6 seconds. And it goes on, but you would see, you would hear, and from accounts that we've been given, how he was manhandled, how he was beaten with sticks, with bricks, with people, accusing him of being a thief and snuffing the very life out of him. Gory, gory, gory scenes from Dentre Boise on May 29, 2017.
So, you know, some of the court scenes as described by Joseph Akablea, court correspondent, you know, some of the people just put their hands on their chin, some on their heads. Some couldn't fully watch the video. So they watch sometimes and take their eyes off. The judge had to take about a 2-minute break or so after the video, you know, before she returned. But also one of the things, and this is prosecution trying to establish that the people that they've arrested, the people who are going through this trial actually did commit the acts of murder and conspiracy to commit murder. And I think there's one more charge. There was another video where they slowed down the visuals just to establish the faces of the people who are, you know, who are being tried. So we do really pray that prosecution has done a fantastic job with this so that we can find justice for a man who was killed, we are told, whilst carrying out a duty, the same Galamsey duty, and he had, his life was just taken just like that. And this was, what, 2017. And so gradually, once we've gotten to a very important stage in this matter, we do really pray that justice will finally be served. Right.
And even as we call for justice for him, it's been so long, but they say sometimes the wheels of justice grind slowly. We also remember the likes of Ahmed Hussein Swale, is it the Ghana Ports and Harbors Authority, the woman who was murdered. I mean, there are quite a number of them, JB Dankwa Edu and others. We also want some action on these people and how their lives were snuffed out. I think it's on page 5. We have South African President Cyril Ramaphosa talking about Africa expanding its vaccine production. On page 13, I have to mention this: media urged to portray women appropriately. And discussants at this virtual event on women representation have called on the media to use their respective platforms to appropriately portray the female gender. Very important discussions there. You want to check out that story on page 13. The center spread 7.5 million houses, properties to be embossed with address plates, and Alternative Dispute Resolution Week commemorated 2,312 cases settled last year. On the back page, 6 communities in Savannah, Bono East get warehouses, and revenue mobilization, not mass disconnection. That's according to the ECG. I think I saw this story about, I think it's Reverend, is it Dr. Odrosai, calling, yes, 16, initiate steps to relocate capital city. Should time suffice, I'll get into why they feel Ghana needs a new administrative capital. That's it with the Daily Graphic newspaper. All
right, let's jump into the Daily Guide. Have you heard of Togbi Shito?
Togbi Day.
Shito. I don't know if you remember this issue of some beauty pageants who were taken to a shrine.
Yes. I recall that incident. I recall.
So let me tell you about what the Ochihene has done, and then you Togbi Shito will begin to ring in your mind by the Ochihene. And this is front page of the Daily Guide newspaper. Ochihene summons Togbi Shito over shrines cases. He's actually been also featured in a recent video where some woman was cursing, like just cursing.
Oh, that's okay. So he is Togbi Shito.
He's Togbi Shito.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So the story says that the Ochihene, or Sajifwa Moitio for Repenting, is taking steps to ban all ritual activities and shrines in the over 940 communities in the Achimebwakwa traditional area in the eastern region. He held a meeting with his chiefs at the Oforipenyi Fie in Chebi in Ebwakwa South yesterday, where he summoned a notorious fetish priest called Yao Sofahu, popularly known as Togbi Shito, to explain why he allowed a woman to invoke curses in the shrine despite banning such rituals. Togbi Shito appeared, he was paraded before the Oforipenyi Fie yesterday. The Ochihene asked him to produce the woman who was captured in the video at the shrine cursing the president and the Okuapehene, or be banished from the Achim Kokrontumi in the Ebwakwa North municipality. He said he would not allow anyone to tarnish the image of Ochimang Ekriapimang, and even to the extent of invoking curses on the president of the land, who is also a native of Achim. So let me balance the story. Let's hear what Tobishito says. The fetish priest denied knowledge of the video recording and also denied knowing the woman who got to his shrine to invoke the curses. Let's see, where else? Okay. I'm still on Tobishito.
Shitolo.
I think that's all for what he said, really, in terms of what's been captured. I thought there would be more. Right. The rest of it is what the Ochihine is telling him. He told Tobishito that he had been setting precedents in the Achim area after referring to his past bad records and gave him a stern warning. He says, you know very well that on this Achim land, we have banned the invocation of curses, and because you don't have any decency at your shrine, you allow an elderly woman to come to your place naked to perform rituals and rain curses on the certain president who is from the Achim land, the Okriapim Hene, who is my cousin, and you are here denying this before me. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, wasn't good, though. I was just pointing to Ben. So yeah.
So just for the sake of Shito is not part of my name, and I am not a Togbi. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, Charlie, Ghana. Well, listen, not everything can be had like that. So you might want to just read it and get yourself a good laugh. That's if you're not taken to the shrine yourself. Government's partners Google on national ID property address. So. Probably heard that yesterday. The vice president was inspecting some addressing system. I was a bit confused initially because, you know, the GPS, but we're told that this is another step ahead following the GPS address system that we were all encouraged to generate. In some cases, officials came to do it and they would emboss the address. So this is another one that comes with a house number. We're told street names. This one, house number, street name. There's the area. I think sometimes I'm not sure. Sometimes I think that's also part of it. More about the owner of the property, so more about the property itself, so that if there is fire, if there's some kind of attack, and you need National Fire Service or the police or NADMO, so that they can get to you early enough. I'm just worried that we're either doing addressing system one time, we're doing house numbering another time, and I'm tired of it. I really do hope that this is the end. You know, this will be the end of the story.
I was just waiting for you to. It's kind of like the Ghana card thing, because I can count how many times I had registered for, before finally, at least this one, I'm hoping, for the sake of the ordinary taxpayer, that this one sticks.
Just
okay, the Ghana card.
I didn't tell you that I was doing a Ghana card yesterday, did I?
Oh.
Finish your.
For real?
I'll tell you my story.
Okay, so yeah. I'm just thinking about all these things. But you see, one thing that I think sometimes we put the cart before the horse, because your streets now, you don't have, look, you go to certain communities, there are no streets. It's a mess. And I don't know, that is not a problem that we can just deal with overnight. But I think we really need to restructure, especially Accra, even as we talk about streets and house numbers and all of those things. Because really, look, I was trying to generate my,
The GPS?
My GPS way back when. I gave up. Because you try, it would tell you, in fact, it wasn't working at first, then it gives you this, it gives you that. I've seen some people who have it on their buildings and their offices. Lucky them. But fortunately for me, I tried and tried.
Officials to come and do it for you. They send officials, you have to pay a certain token so that they will do it. They were in my area.
Why do I have to pay a token in this day of technology when I am supposed to be able to? Or you mean the
I think because of what they.
If it's for that, it's fine.
I guess that's that. And then besides, they've come to you because this is something that you should do yourself.
So I should be able to do it. You should facilitate my ability to do it on my phone.
If you call them, they'll help you with
charge me extra for that.
I really do hope. Otherwise.
But your Ghana card story?
Oh, my Ghana card story, Charlie. Some of us are stubborn. Listen, I've got to accept it. I was discouraged because because just like you said, I had done a Ghana card before and then nothing happened to it. So I wasn't eager to. I really wasn't. I think I had some opportunities, but I just didn't do it. But some agencies are beginning to strictly comply with the no Ghana card, no processes in certain areas. So if you're trying to do something, in some cases you will require a Ghana card, and that's when you would realize that you made a big mistake. I was fortunate yesterday. This wasn't protocol, though. This wasn't.
I was just waiting to say. So you pulled some strings, I mean.
No, I did not. I think it was just a coincidence. It's just favor, honestly. It wasn't. I went to sit in the queue. I waited for like 2 hours.
You know what you're saying sounds like. Ghanaians being told, no, this is not doom. So
no. But seriously, I went to a place. I went to a GRA office, and it was even a GRA official that said to me that, in some of our operational offices, we have some of the NIA staff doing the registration. So I just walked in, and they gave me a number. I was number 42. I just sat down quietly. And waited till it was my turn.
I'm going to fling a hot potato at you. Have you ever got to the point at any governmental agency or somewhere where you've come to the stark realization that, you must cut some corners, you must do something for something to happen? Has that ever hit you?
Oh, it does, but I don't take any action. I just sit down quietly. But I met some amazing people. I want to say good morning to Colonel Peter Kwame Gansa. He's head of the operations department at the NIA. So I just walked there and I saw some fantastic, very cool people. Yeah, but they didn't serve me because they knew me.
Right.
Yeah.
I think when I was doing mine, I went through the process, and the following day I got it.
I got the same day, like as in not even the same day, within the same hour, I got my card. So I got my Ghana card yesterday.
It could also be because pressure is no longer on the system with regard to a lot of people trying.
Pressure is beginning to mount because some of the state institutions require that you produce a Ghana card. So here's what I want to say to you. If you're watching us and if you're just like me, you didn't take advantage when they were all over and they were registering, please do it before you get stuck. So you can find them in certain places. Look for them and get your Ghana card done.
So there's not enough time. We'll have to cede our position for sports on the show. But before we do that, I noticed that on Twitter, Nana Madjamena at Mo Ajima Nyame, you replied to JoyNews on TV and to me, and you say, we are in with you already. Happy birthday to Rash Lincoln. Hashtag AM show. So Rash Lincoln at Rash Lincoln, whoever you are, happy birthday to you from us. To you. I
have a birthday dedication. How could I have forgotten that?
You should pay me for consultancy for reminding me.
Ooh, and I had some amazing pictures. It's just sad that I won't be able to show the pictures. But Festus Jackson Davis is your birthday today. A former colleague. He's a fantastic guy. He's celebrating his birthday today. Festus Jackson Davis, enjoy your birthday. And I will flow the pictures tomorrow, God willing. Have a good one.
Let's do some sports now. That's up next on the AM show. Do stay.